Okay, we're here. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on Talk Accounting. First thing I want to talk about, we're going to have you on and off real quick today. First thing I want to talk about is the mileage dongle. Okay, now you can get this for $99 on Amazon, or you can go right to automatic.com and get it for $79. We'll do this for you using your credit card on file, but you must, you want to, you have to, you gotta get this baby. This little dongle goes into the diagnostic port in your car. And every car since 96 has a diagnostic port. That's where they check for your emissions. Now, here's why you want this, is because when you stop the car, this little dongle, without using the GPS in your phone, so it runs down the battery, this little dongle will send a text message to Talk, which sends a text message to your phone, which says, we see you just drove 11 miles to get to 232 West 3rd Street. Was this business, pleasure, or charity? And depending on which one they tap, then if they say personal, then it just goes away. It's all a little message comes up. Thank you. We're done. Let me see. I got a question just now. Ordered it, waiting for mine to come. Can't wait to play with my dongle. I wish I had read that first before I read it out loud, Michael. So, okay, so here's what this thing does. It sends a little text message, and if the guy taps personal, then thank you. It goes away because we don't track personal mileage. But if he says charity or business, then a voice comes on and says, can you tell us the purpose of the trip? Well, I just drove to Walmart to buy a box of copy paper. Thank you. We'll record your $5.80 mileage deduction. And we just adjust that to whatever the government says the deduction is. It went down 3 cents this year. But I want to tell you why this is so critical, because it reminds your clients every day that you're there as their guardian angel. And they know they're supposed to do this. It's never been so easy in their life. All these other mileage programs that are out there work off the GPS on the phone, which means you're going to have dead battery in a few minutes. And it also means that you've got to sit there at the end of the trip or the end of the day and text in, tip, 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 what you did and where you went, etc. But with Talk, all you do is you're going to get about 15 feet away from the car, and your phone's going to have a text message on it. You don't have to answer it right then, but how much trouble is that while you're walking up to the building or going up the elevator? You just swipe left and say it's a business meeting, and I'm at the client Bob Smith's office, and I'm gonna try to make a sales call here. Okay, thank you. We'll record your $11.44 in mileage deduction, and then it goes right into the spreadsheet. Now, it won't go right into QuickBooks because that would be inappropriate, but goes into a spreadsheet log, contemporaneous recording, accepted by the Internal Revenue Service, and that's built into Talk. This is so easy and so impressive. And can you imagine clients all day long, how many times they're going to have an opportunity to say, oh yeah, my accountant gave me this. Here's his card, you should call him. And we just build it into Talk. Now, there's a 10-cent transaction fee, but you only pay the 10 cents if the guy actually talks. So it's only business or charity. On personal, they don't have anything to say, so the phone just shuts off after the little polite message. So anyway, I wanted you to know about that. You've got to get this ordered. We sent you an email. If you haven't, call your account rep and tell them to get this thing in process for you so it's over there. You show this to your tax clients over tax season, they're going to go bonkers. And nobody's going to reject the $80. It costs $79 if you buy it right from Automatic. That's what we're doing for you. As soon as you tell Caitlin or Raj you're ready for it, they're going to order it with your credit card that's on our file and send it to you. It'll take you about 1 minute to install it. As soon as you look under your dash, you'll see the little port. they'll have already, because it's shipping here first, they will have programmed it so that it works with talk when they send it out to you. So the first time you use it, you have to type in your talk username password on your phone. But after that, the two are linked up, and you're going to be able to demo this like crazy. And if you need to, we'll even give you a fake transaction that you can play on your phone, which is what I do all the time anyway. When I run around and do seminar and stuff, I don't drive to the seminar. I'm always in a rental car when we fly someplace, so I don't have the little dongle message. So I just have a little fake demo rigged up on my phone. We can send that over to you to download yourself. I just touch the little button on the screen, and all of a sudden I get a text about 30 seconds later. It says, I saw you drove. Is that business or personal or charity? Click business, record it. She says, thank you. And it looks really cool to the client. So Oz and Kaylin can help you with that. Okay, now, let me say another question. Should we not order it direct on Amazon? No, don't buy it direct on Amazon. Send an email to Oz or Caitlin because they want it to ship here to get programmed. Otherwise, we have to go through a big ordeal. You know, when we were over in, I think we were in Philadelphia last, we tried to install them right there. And the programming standing out in the parking lot was taking about 20 minutes per phone. And so we didn't get through very many because everybody that was in Philadelphia signed up. So we didn't get through very many. So if they come right here, you know, you guys have seen pictures of this before, but we have rows and rows of computers sitting here dribbling out emails. Well, we can just stick this, dongle in the back of those computers and program them in mass and do 10 at a time. So let us do the programming and take all that nightmare out of your life. Okay, good. I just wanted you to know that is so hot and so much fun, and clients will think it is the coolest thing ever, and you're looking like a genius. Okay, now let's talk about marketing. Now, I wanted to come over there. I want you all to come out to Las Vegas last week to a marketing seminar, but we just got overloaded, and we were having trouble with this Salt Edge bank link to tap into the Federal Reserve wire, and Salt Edge was getting a lot of pushback from Chase and Bank of America and Wells Fargo with the way they were working, so we switched over to Finicity. Finicity is 100 times bigger than Salt Edge. Finicity is the company that runs Mint. And so they've got 13 million people on mint.com now into it, and that's all based on Finicity. So we went to Finicity and have gone through their approval process in the past week. Interestingly, we had expected a 10-day problem with security, and they actually approved us in about 6 hours. As soon as they hit our application, they said, you guys have the green mark on every single security check that we do, so you must have a really locked down document security system. Well, we didn't mean to. It's just that we started out with the very best you could do, and we kept it at that because after running paperless overnight for 10 years, we know that's always a great big question. What about document security? So anyway, this Finicity is done, and we are now getting the app on Apple updated, and so we think that might be done by Monday or Tuesday. Of course, I can't make promises for Apple, but since we've had so many updates on our app over the last 2 years, and we're over 6,000 users on AutoKept, and since Apple's not had any problems with us, we get shoved right to the front of the line. So whenever we send any updates, they approve them right away. And they told us that the sandbox version worked. They were moving it to production testing. So I know all that's just background stuff, but I'm just letting you know what's going on. That's why I didn't want to have you all come out there on December 6th, because we're having these problems between Salt Edge and Finicity. The problems are solved, and I really am hoping that you're using this before Christmas, because not only will the mileage thing on the phone be impressive, but when you can show the client an intercepted credit card transaction from a random event that the rules can't figure out, then it's going to be another feather in your cap to get the client to say, whoo-hoo, I'm ready. When I got a question, what about Android? Actually, Android's real simple. And Android's already approved and lock and loaded and downloaded. I think we're downloading on Android right now through Finicity. Check with Caitlin and Oz. Things happen so fast back there in the development department that, to tell you the truth, I don't know half the stuff they're doing every day. Thank goodness Travis takes care of it all. Ron, if you just call Caitlin or Oz, they'll do it. Now, here, I just got a message from Oz. Maybe she's listening. She has something important to say here. Nope. She wouldn't know if I was going to buy her lunch. Okay, now, on the screen is a letter. And this letter is a campaign that we're running right now. Now we're on to marketing. And we've had a couple of big questions here. Can I sell this directly to business owners? Can I talk to a business owner that doesn't want us to do their bookkeeping? And can I sell it to clients who we don't know? And so we've been looking at that for the past couple of weeks. And we're starting a campaign right now to do exactly that. But this is actually going to surprise you, because all of our marketing and our et cetera to date have really focused around the guy who's growing and doesn't want to hire a bookkeeper, or the bookkeeper who just quit. But the more we work on this, and the more conversations I have directly with business owners, I'm realizing that many, many bookkeepers are totally overwhelmed, and they're behind on the work. They're always playing catch up, and as we all know, it's an underappreciated job. The owner tries to hire the cheapest person he can and does nothing but bitch about the quality of the work. And then, of course, you get crap in there anyway, mostly because they can't keep up and they don't have time to reconcile correctly, etc. So we're now sending out this letter direct to bookkeepers. I mean, right to the bookkeeper. And so we're doing an interesting dual campaign. Next week, I'm hoping to give you a better update on results. But this interesting dual campaign amounts to this. I'm sending a letter addressed to the bookkeeper at Wilson Construction. Then I send another letter at the exact same time, Robert Wilson, Wilson Construction. So I'm going to the two different people in that company that I want as a client, and I have no reason to believe that they're interested in help. I don't know that they have a problem. I just know they have a bookkeeper, and I know that because they have 5 or more employees. And every business with 5 or more employees got a bookkeeper. Somebody's doing books there. So I send it to the bookkeeper, and here's what it says. I don't even address it because I don't know who the bookkeeper is in these companies. I can't get that name from any mailing list company. So I just say it's a memo from me, and it's a high-tech startup that's going to make your job a lot easier. And here's what this boils down to. I'm sending a letter that says, would you like to use Talk for $97 a month? And we're giving them 500 transactions for $97. And the letter really just lists the 9 biggest problems that bookkeepers tell me they have. They got the credit card or bank statement, and it's a mystery what all these transactions are. Or I've got to deal with all this paper stacked around the office. Or they're not giving me good expense reports. Or the boss has got receipts in his wallet or glove box. I don't know what's going on. or change orders were made out in the field. We promised the client something, and I have no idea what to do. Or I found a debit card transaction. I got no idea what the expense was for, or a handwritten check. I just don't have enough time to do all the transactions that come in. And the last problem is I'm totally bored. I'm doing the same stupid electric bill for 13 years in a row. I'm tired of doing the bookkeeping electric bill. So those are the things that they're telling me that bug them. And you've heard all this before, not only from your bookkeepers, but from the bookkeepers that work at a client's office. And of course, then I tell them, listen, honey, the real, and I hope it's okay to call them honey, the bigger problem is when you're so bogged down in all that little crap, you can't do anything good. You don't have time to do budgets or financial analysis or check around so you can get a better deal on property and casualty insurance. And those are the really big value things the boss is going to love, because you're bogged down in this daily rote, repetitious, boring, crunching work. So here I've got this really new technology. I'd love to show it to you. The only way to see it is to come to a lunch. But here's the kicker sentence. It's $97 a month. And that works out to $25 a week, and that'll cut the time it takes to do bookkeeping by 50% to 1/3. And I kind of dialed this back because I know from personal experience this is going to wipe out 80% of the bookkeeping work. But every time I tell somebody 80%, it's such an implausible number, they don't believe me. So I've had to dial it back a little bit and just say, hey, this is going to take out half the work. It's $25 a month. And I mean, what a sales pitch to a business owner. I got this new software. You add it on top of QuickBooks, cuts half the bookkeeping time it takes to do bookkeeping is $25 a week. Do you want to come down to lunch and take a look at it? Now, I can't go out to somebody's office for $97 a month. There's not enough revenue there for me. But if I can get 5 or 10 or 20 people to show up at a lunch meeting, pay $50 to feed them lunch, or 40, I don't know, then I can make money at this. So because I'm going to sign up everybody in the room. I mean, once they see the demo, I mean, who's going to turn that down? We already know we're getting everybody. I sell 90% of the accountants that come into a room, and accountants are the hardest people on the planet to sell. This bookkeeper is looking at spending $25 a week of the boss's money, and I'll be done every day with my work. This is not a hard sale. So now, what about the $97? So I know some of you are cringing. Oh, holy smokes, we're doing bookkeeping for $97 a month. You're not doing anything. You're going to give this to your clients for $97 a month. You're going to be on the hierarchy, on the delegation sheet, but you're not doing a thing for this $97. It includes 500 transactions, so that means 20 cents a transaction. You're paying me a dime. If the client goes over 500, then we'll just bill them extra. But I do want you to get a minimum monthly, because they are probably going to call you with some stupid questions. Hopefully you don't want to get that call, but I think you will. But what a great, easy way to get clients. Now, will some of these clients ever pay more than $97? Of course, because they're going to run over 500 transactions. They're going to get stuck on things, and now that you're this little guardian angel who's calling me about, texting me about my credit card charges or my mileage, I'm thinking about you every day, and all I got to do is click delegate, and this difficult piece of paper that came in now moves to your desk. Bingo bango. That's easy. Now, I got a question. How much am I involved in this deal? I'm hoping your involvement is zero. I would like to do the pitch for you. So we're working on this right now. So please be recording this. Yeah, I'm recording it, Nicole. I would like to come out. We are only pitching talk in 7 cities now. And what I want to do is just keep going to those 7 cities. And if you can send an email out to all the people that are in your database and say, hey, Casey's coming to town, he's going to buy you lunch. He'll show you how to cut the bookkeeping job in half for $25 a week. Come on down. And I'll go down and I'll do the lunch meeting. And I'll pitch them. I won't do it forever, but I'm going to do it right now. And you get the 97, by the way. The 97 bucks is yours. So I'm going to get my 10 cents a transaction, but this is, you're going to bill them. And if you don't want to, I'll do it. But I'll take the 97, but you should take it because there's profit there. And it's going to lead to other things. And this could be, anyone can come to this lunch meeting. Anybody with a bookkeeper would like to see their job get cut in half for 25 bucks a week. Of course, you know, I'm going to bill them monthly. Hell, I might make them pay annual. And we'll just have to see how that works out. I can't make any claims right now because the bookkeeper's probably going to come down there with the authority to spend 25 a week. The boss is probably not going to give her the authority to write me a $1,000 check. So I'm going to have to play out with that and figure out how it works out. And of course, I won't bill anybody 25 a week. It'll always be 97 a month. I don't want to go crazy on billing, but I'm not going to bill it. I'm going to give it to you because you sent the gal over. But this really fills into our idea of getting you clients. If I get you somebody that's paying you 97 a month, and all of a sudden you're on their delegation list for managing their books, that bookkeeper leaves, you get all the work. That bookkeeper gets confused and sends a document to you. You get your open billing per hour for managing those difficult transactions. So maybe when I go out and get this $97 client, it might only be worth another $100, $200 a month to you for handling their errant crazy stuff. Or it might bump up to $1,000 a month because that bookkeeper says she just quit, 20% quit. And every year, so if we had 100 people paying us 97 bucks a month, 20 of them are going to be opportunities not to hire the next bookkeeper. That shouldn't be too hard of a sale. And you may decide you don't even want to do that. You might decide that you want to send the bookkeeping over to some firm like Express Books or one of these other national outsourced bookkeeping companies. I don't care. We can work on that later. Boy, I got a lot of questions here. Could we record the lunch meeting so I could mark it up and sell it? Yeah, of course we could do that. We can do a video of it. But I want to keep you out of the involvement. But I do want to tap into your relationship. You have credibility in your market. You have a list of people you know. I will come to that town and we'll do some kind of a 90-minute meeting. It might be breakfast, lunch. Maybe we got to do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But I'll come over there. And Lynn, is Houston one of the 7 cities? We're trying to decide between Dallas and Houston right now, or Austin. But it's possible we could do Austin in the morning and Houston in the afternoon. I mean, that I can get over there, I think, because in Texas you can drive 140. So this is, I'm working on this right now. I'm doing this here. I'm doing it in Phoenix and in Orange County to see if this is going to pull off. But it seems to me to be the most brilliant thing. And I got to give credit to my staff. Lynn came up with this idea. How come you're not selling it directly to bookkeepers? They're the ones that are the most impacted by talk. And then I turned right around and Travis said, yeah, and if we did that, then we could use it as a marketing plan to get these accountants clients because this is the kind of thing that's going to bring a lot of people in the room. Well, we don't know about part 2 yet, but we do know part 1 is pretty much a sure thing. I mean, nobody ever pitches anything to the bookkeeper anyway. Hell, she'll be glad somebody even asked. She'll be excited. Someone asked me to buy something. That's really cool. So I will let you know next week how all this is working. I just wanted to bring you up to date. The really important thing today is do not pick Austin. You'll be disappointed. I can get a group of accountants plus clients together in Houston. Okay, you got it, Lynn. Hey, you know what, though? You're totally right. I am never going back to Austin. I forgot I've been there once before, and it's like going to Boulder, Colorado, or downtown San Francisco. What a bunch of snowflakes. You know, and when they see that I've dyed my hair orange, and they'd probably kick me out. That's a joke, Mike. I really didn't dye my hair orange. What kind of training is involved? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how difficult it's going to be for the bookkeeper to figure this out. We have hired a full-time writer, and Mark is converting all of my stuff into user-friendly stuff. We got him from Intuit. If you go into the Intuit's online help files for their QuickBooks Online, Mark wrote all of that. So we hired him away from them, and he's working on making this stuff easier. And Orange Hero work in San Francisco, good. And thinking we still pay per transaction, so if they only have 100, we use 100 of our credits, right? Yes. So you've bought 50,000 transactions or whatever number, and you get the 97 a month, and if they only send in 100 transactions, then you're using up some of those 50,000, but the $97, that's yours. I want you to keep that money because you put that little bookkeeper in the room with your email, and we'll put together some sort of a landing page or something. If they want further explanation, I think they should just call you on the phone, and you can talk to them for 5 minutes and register them. And then there'll be that and 100 more details about how do we actually get them in on the day of the show and et cetera. But those are all things we can cover as we go along. First thing we got to do is I've got to do it here. I've got to make it work. I got to get some bookkeepers in the room, get the $97 checks, and then we can start doing it. But I'm thinking that this is probably the most clever campaign we've ever come up with. We've never, ever thought about going right straight to the bookkeeper for all of the stuff we do. But she's going to be all over this. We know enough bookkeepers to know that if I call them up and say, listen, if your boss would pay 25 bucks a week, I could cut the amount of work you do in half. We know she'll want to hear all about it. And if I send a clarifying letter at the same time to the boss, she's going to walk in and say, yeah, I was just thinking about that. And you'll get her in the room. Okay, good. That's all I wanted to talk about today. If you have any other questions, send me a note and to casey@autocab.com, and I will look forward to talking to you next week. Make sure that you call Oz or Caitlin and tell them you want to get that mileage tracking in right now so that you can show it to your clients when they start tracing through the office over the next 12, 14 weeks. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye now.